Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show, present the SmackDown Ring Report. Coming up, SmackDown Women's Champion Becky Lynch makes her appearance. Will she give Bianca Belair the match that she wants, or will she be still trying to be cowardly and not give the EST or WWE opportunity at the SmackDown Women's Championship that the EST or WWE did for her at SummerSlam? We'll get to that in the latest. Also, the Universal Championship is on the line as champion Roman Reigns defends his championship. He held it for 1 year against the first ever Universal Champion, Finn Balor. A big fight field. I mean, a big fight field. Will it be ruined? Hopefully not, but we'll get to the latest on that. And we'll talk about a lot going on, hot topics, a bunch of stuff going on, hot topics. We'll talk about the recent passing of WCW, former WCW star and TNA star Daphne, who passed away unexpectedly. We'll get to that in the latest. All this and more on the Pro Wrestling Show presents the SmackDown Ring Report, and it starts right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this special edition of the SmackDown Ring Report, the Pro Wrestling Show here on Connect TV. Thank you all for watching this edition on Connect TV. I'm your host, as always, Kendra Dix here. Glad you can join us here on the Pro Wrestling Show, presents the SmackDown Ring Report. Also, too, we have a second added complimentary show, a caveat, as you can watch the AEW All Out, predict the outcome for AEW match previews, predictions, outcomes of the big AEW's big Labor Day classic. Well, we're going to talk about SmackDown right here. But first thing first, join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribing is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here. As we get to the latest right now on what's going on with SmackDown this past week. We kick SmackDown off with a bang in tag team action. The Usos took on the Street Profits. Could the Street Profits be in line in tag team contention for a SmackDown tag team title in the near future? They took on the champions, the Usos. The Usos trying to dominate. As you see, Jimmy dominating Angelo Dawkins. Then you see Montez Ford of the Street Profits doing a high flat crossbody onto the Usos. This is what I believe is going to be the match, the tag team match of the year. And a lot of people saying that WWE don't focus on tag teams. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But you can tell with the Street Profits being former tag team champions of all three brands and the Usos as well, this is going to be an instant tag team bout. So WWE might be doing something right with the tag team division. And then as you see right here, main event Jimmy Uso, planning to sleeper hold on Angelo Dawkins. Angelo Dawkins trying to reach the tag for his tag team partner. You see right here, Jay Uso with a Samoan drop to Angelo Dawkins, taking Dawkins out as the Street Profits tried to use the tag team double team effect, trying to take the Usos down and out. Next thing you know, the Usos came back and tried to make the save. You see Jimmy trying to make the save for Jay after Montez Ford was trying to pin him. Pin attempt. But at the end, the Street Profits won. And so, could we be seeing the Street Profits get a tag team championship match very soon, very shortly? Only time will tell on that. Well, we got the wrong picture. We was trying to get you a picture with the Street Profits recently. Yeah, right here. Could the Street Profits get a tag team title match down the road against the Usos? On time will tell. And if it do happen, it might happen as Scream Rules. Well, we'll talk about that later. Speaking of Scream Rules, another match that could be possibly made, that will be made, as Becky Lynch, the SmackDown Women's Champion, will remake her triumph comeback back after almost a year and a half sabbatical after she announced her pregnancy. She came back. She made that little big pop at SummerSlam, and Bianca Belair gave her the challenge because Bianca Belair was looking to take on Sasha Banks that night. Sasha Banks wasn't around, so Bianca Belair kind of asking Becky Lynch one more time for a rematch. Becky Lynch kept rejecting her claim, saying, "No, you're not gonna get a rematch." And I mean that. And I mean, like, Bianca Belair just went through 4 women after last week. She went through Carmella. She went through Liv Morgan. She went through Selena Vega. She went through the whole SmackDown Women's locker room. And this was last week when Becky tried to play psychological games with Bianca. Bianca wasn't having it. Bianca was like, "Come on now. I beat 4 others. Now you owe me a time match." Becky's still trying to be mum about it. Becky still does not want to give Bianca a championship match. And Bianca said, "Hey, fair is fair. I gave you a championship match when you came out of nowhere." And Becky made it clear that, hey, you wasn't prepared for me. You didn't see me coming. Which that's kind of true, but at the same token, hey, return the favor. Give her a championship match and say that you can beat her. If you say you can't, you just can't. Well, Becky Lynch tried to dodge Bianca Belair. Well, that didn't work to her effect. That now WWE officials Sonya Deville and Adam Pearce made the match that Becky Lynch, in her first title defense, will take on Bianca Belair for the SmackDown Women's Championship at Extreme Rules. So these 2 women will fight once again the SummerSlam rematch, but this time Becky must be prepared, must be ready for Bianca Belair, and Bianca Belair is looking forward for the challenge to take on the man Becky Lynch at Extreme Rules. Also, too, Seth Rollins went one-on-one against Cesaro. That was another WrestleMania rematch earlier this year. Well, Seth Rollins taking it to himself to make sure he wants to get his screen and stuff. Well, he took on Cesaro you see Seth Rollins with a drop kick. Also, Seth Rollins didn't want to be denied. Seth Rollins did a power bomb, turnbuckle power bomb. Cesaro tried to come back with the European uppercuts and tried to use the giant swing, this dizzy Seth Rollins, and also applied the sharpshooter. But to no avail, Seth Rollins hit the curb stomp until next thing you know, Seth Rollins had Cesaro in that maneuver, trying to take him down with the choking him out with this until the Radar superstar Edge arrived. Edge made the save, trying to help save Cesaro, and Edge and Seth Rollins. We thought the unfinished business was over, but apparently it's not. We'll see it again on SmackDown next week, where SmackDown will emanate from Madison Square Garden next week, where Seth Rollins versus Edge one more time. And this time they're gonna get it on. And instead of playing the mind games, Edge had the upper hand at SummerSlam. Seth Rollins, can he get the upper hand on SmackDown next week when these 2 similar styles meet? These 2 technical stars meet next week on SmackDown. Also, too, Shinsuke Nakamura, the Intercontinental Champion's hype man, Rick Booger, was in action as well. He was in action against former Intercontinental Champion Dolph Ziggler and gave Dolph Ziggler a run for his money. And you see right here, Dolph Ziggler was no match for Rick Booger, who won the match with the help of Nakamura. And they're just trying to get something going right there. Also, too, former Universal Champion Kevin Owens, who sat beside Michael Cole and Corey Graves last week for commentary. Well, instead of him not doing something on the show last week, he got something to do this week. He hosted his KO show the Kevin Owens show, and he welcomed Happy Corbin. Happy Corbin berating him once again, talking about his riches of him coming back on the being back on top again. Well, Logan Paul made an unexpected guess, and Logan Paul and Happy Corbin was mocking Kevin Owens and stuff, which that was not cool. Kevin Owens didn't like one bit what Logan Paul was saying. As you remember, Logan Paul and Kevin Owens had that WrestleMania encounter that didn't turn so well. But Logan Paul didn't forget what Kevin Owens did to him at WrestleMania when he stunned him. Logan Paul tried to push Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens pushed back. Next thing you know, Happy Corbin gets involved, and Happy Corbin tries to take down Kevin Owens, and Logan Paul and Happy Corbin leave the ring laughing. I don't get that, but we'll just have to see how this all gonna transpire down the road. Also, too, Sami Zayn took on Dominik Mysterio once again. I think WWE doing these rematches don't make no sense, but we'll get to the latest on hot topics about what's going on with WWE and AEW with the rematches and stuff. Who had which company? Who you think got the highest percentage of rematches? Well, as you see right here, got the wrong one, but as you saw right there, you know, Kevin, not what's his name? Forgot his name. Dominik and Rey Mysterio. Yeah, Dominik and Rey Mysterio. So you know how that go. So this wasn't the match that people thought that it was going to be, but they still trying to plant the seeds that Rey and Dominik having problems, and we could see them, you know, blowing up down the road. And finally, the main event, as you can see right here, the tail of the tape right here. Roman Reigns versus Finn Balor. Roman Reigns calls himself the head of the table. Finn Balor calls himself the prince. Hometown, Roman from Pensacola, Florida. Finn from Braithwaite County, Ireland. Roman, the finisher, the spear. Finn with the coup de grace, career highlights. Roman, the current and two-time Universal Champion, current WWE Champion, and 2015 Royal Rumble winner. And for Finn was a two-time NXT Champion, first ever Universal Champion, inaugural Dusty Rhodes winner. So it was a match for the ages between these two men. So it started out with Finn about to come out there until the Usos came out there and tried to help get the advantage for their cousin Roman, trying to take Finn Balor out and knock him down, trying to get the upper hand advantage. Even trying to ram him to the steel steps. Then trying to take those steel steps and then ram his abdominal into the steel steps. Ooh. But it got underway. Universal Championship match as Finn Balor takes on Roman Reigns. They have met before. If you can recall, back in 2016, 5 years ago, when Finn Balor debuted on Raw during the draft, and Roman Reigns was a draftee as well. And Finn Balor won on his first night, won the Universal Championship at SummerSlam. That made him a huge star, but vacated the title a day later. Well, you see right here, Roman tossing Finn over. Even Finn trying to fight back, kicking Roman back. But Finn trying to use the coup de grace, that didn't work. But at the end, Roman dominated, and dominated in a merited fashion way, choking Finn Balor out and retained his Universal Championship. But Roman Reigns must await the question now that a beast is awaiting for him, and the beast, you know who I'm talking about, the beast, Brock Lesnar, will be coming to SmackDown next week from Madison Square Garden to confront Roman Reigns. And what will Paul Heyman, whose side will he be on? Because you know it's going to be exploding. Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, what's going to happen? And Roman Reigns looking forward for the challenge next week. So we have to wait and see. It's going to be highly anticipated. Brock Lesnar will return. He returned at SummerSlam, trying to confront Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns wasn't having it, wasn't buying it. Paul Heyman looking shocked in the maze. So there's a lot going on. So this SmackDown was so, but you know, everybody's waiting. Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar now coming to SmackDown next week. The attraction, the attraction is. All right. That ends on the SmackDown Ring report. Let's move quickly. Let's move forward to Wrestling Hot Topics. On Wrestling Hot Topics this week, we are saddened to hear the passing of Shannon Spur, better known as Daphne. Daphne was a former WCW star, TNA star, NWA. Daphne was the on-screen girlfriend of David Flair during his time in WCW. Daphne, this past Wednesday, was posting during Instagram, and she was saying she was at a bad place, and we don't want to say what she did, but it didn't end well for her, and she was 46 years old. Man, that's just super young. But Daphne, better known as Scream Queen, um, Daphne passed away, and man, and if like they say, if you know anyone, or you know, or if you're going through something, you're depressed, you feel alone, um, there is help, and hopefully you can call your friends, your family. You know, we don't, like I said with Daphne, it was unfortunate, it was sad, but we hope and pray, you know, it is some that she's at peace, and we're not going to elaborate and not going to go further like other wrestling news stories do, because we want to respect the dead and their accomplishments. But Daphne left a mark, so we want to say our condolences are to Daphne's friends and family at this time. And we want to give a 10-minute silence, 10-second silence. All right, you saw that. It's heartbreaking to see that, but Daphne's at a better place. All right, so like you know, WWE is experiencing new changes for NXT. We know that Mr. McMahon and Bruce Pritchard will be at the helm of the new NXT, and a lot of people saying what's the update on it. They're saying that Triple H will still be running NXT, the day-to-day operations, but Mr. McMahon, Bruce Pritchard, and company will be taking over the show NXT. I mean, what's the point? I mean, you can't. I get Mr. McMahon, this is playpen and all, and he wants to show Triple H lead by example, and he wants to show Triple H that he can do it. That's just a lot of work and pressure on that, more on Bruce Pritchard's plate. But it is what it is. And then this is the new background that they believe the new NXT soundstage arena will look like going forward. I mean, that's just a lot of work. How are they gonna do that? They're gonna have to put NXT on the road. Just on the way possible. They probably put it with the Raw crew on Monday. But like I said, a lot of people saying the NXT looks like a living color, and they had the little tweet, and then they saying, has anybody checked on Triple H? Saying that he's crying, he doesn't see his vision is going all downhill from there. But hey, it is what it is. But we'll see. We'll give this NXT a chance, because I mean, I don't know what to say, because It's just that. But we just had to see on how all this would play out, and then too, what does Mr. McMahon and Bruce Pritchard got involved in this, and how would they turn the NXT around? We just have to wait and see on that. Also, too, Vice announced that Dark Side Ring will be returning, and they will have the theme of Universe Sun, Plane Ride from Hell, and many others. Um, like I said, we're gonna see. I wouldn't be. Well, we had. I was gonna say something, but I'm not gonna say it. That's just inappropriate, so I'm not gonna say it. But look for Dark Side of the Ring coming sometime this month. Also, too, there's been reports about about the rematches. As you see right here, this is a statistic that how many number of rematches have been on TV and pay per view. As late in AEW with 16 and WWE with 160. I can tell WWE with 160 because Raw, SmackDown has been covered with rematches, and all. So how long will the rematches be? Only time will tell on rematches. But I'm not a keep everything fresh, but WWE tries to keep everything similar, plain and simple. And how you think Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard going to be making the changes when they be doing rematches? So it's going to be a list of rematches on NXT. Again, watch what I tell you. There's going to be NXT rematches over and over again on the new NXT arena. All right. Okay. Also, too, Adam Cole is a free agent, but Adam Cole is still under negotiations with WWE and perhaps reportedly AEW. Well, we know Adam Cole said that he was supposed to get guaranteed. Some say reportedly that he's supposed to get a guarantee of $1 million. Reportedly, 1 million. But he wants to keep his Twitch screen intact. But WWE kind of knows that he was going to fight hard for that. So only time will tell on that and see if he wants to. If WWE will be reluctant to give him what he wants, or will they be will they fall in and fall in line like the rest of them? We'll see if Adam Cole can get what he wants. Only time will tell. Also, too, I guess this what they're talking about NXT. Someone made an opinion on that by NXT. So a lot going on with NXT and stuff, but only time will tell if Bruce Pritchard and Mr. McMahon can turn it around. I can't. I mean, Raw and SmackDown. Sometimes SmackDown is doing good. Sometimes Raw is not doing so well. So only time will tell on that. Well, they're going to end. Pro Wrestling Show presents the SmackDown Ring Report for this week. On the SmackDown's been, we know next week Brock Lesnar will be returning and it will emanate from Madison Square Garden along with Pat McAfee as well, return to commentary. So there's a list of stuff that's going on. Brock Lesnar confronting Roman Reigns since SummerSlam. We'll get to a list, a host of others. So for me being Kendrick Dick saying so long, thank you, and thank you for watching the Pro Wrestling Show presents the SmackDown Report. See you for AEW All Out. Predict the outcome. See you later.